one of the two most important people in jazz, alongside Louis Armstrong, is Charlie Parker. Because Louis Armstrong and Charlie Parker changed not just their instrument or what they did, but they changed everything in jazz. All of that went on. And for everybody in modern jazz, we are eternally grateful, because it set all of the prototypes and protocols and everything else that we do in modern jazz up as early as 1945. So all of these things that we do today in Live at 5 every week are in the shadow of what Charlie Parker set up. And so we're going to do a tribute. It was his birthday yesterday. He would have been 100 years old. He only lived till the age of 34 years, which was a tragedy in so many ways. And really most of his life he was totally underappreciated. Last week I did a concert preempting his birthday with strings. That's on my website, on my Facebook page if you want to see it. And that was his most successful recording. And it was a commercial recording. But the real artistry and genius of him lies in the small group recordings, where he is doing things that influence every player since in jazz, and a lot of players in other idioms too. So we are very lucky to have his command of music, what he brings to music, what he understood about all the musics that came before, and how that rolls into what we do today in music. I have a great band for you to play. We've been playing now for 10 or 12 weeks together, and we're very comfortable. We're going to play some stuff by Bird, some original compositions, a couple of tunes that are standard tunes, or even something that you might even call on the flippant side of Bird, where he was really having some fun with the music, because one of the things I love about Bird is how optimistic he was in his music. He was always the happy player. He always brought joy, even in the darkest depths of his life, which we know he had. He knew how to reach out to us. I've been very lucky to be around people who have been and hung around Bird and seen Bird. So I want to give a shout out today to one of my most important mentors and visionary musicians. His name is Charles McPherson. He is the living extension of Bird in every way. He has so much more to offer. Check out his latest album. It is a masterpiece. It just came out online this week, a couple of weeks ago. I recommend it totally. It's got the spirit of everything I'm talking about today. Alright, that being said, I want to introduce you to this wonderful band. The wonderful band is Modesto Brisend on the trumpet. Yeah! Keith Saunders on the piano. The incredible Sylvia Cuenca on the drums. Jeff Saxton on the double bass. He's the club owner. This is where we come every Sunday, to his place, his backyard, and we have a few friends come down and socially distance and do all the right things to make this happen. And it's been a godsend for all us musicians, but I think we've been doing some great things for the community too. I get great feedback on what we do. We love it. We also have a virtual tip jar there if you've got some money to contribute to. Speight Jazz at Venmo. I try and move it around the people who need it in the music community. So with no further ado, we're going to play a set of the music by the incredible Charlie Parker, saxophone player, composer, virtuoso, one of the great musicians of all time. And we're going to start with one of his original compositions. This one comes actually from a recording he did in 1947 with the great Errol Garner. It was their first meeting, and they did it in the studio. But he used it a lot later in his life, especially when he was working as a single, playing with other musicians in different cities, because it was a unifying theme. Everybody knew what to do when they heard him play the exaltation of this melody. So this is called Cool Blues.
Yeah.
One. that's the way we like to start, and that's why I picked that tune to start with, because to me, Bird is all about changing the feel of music in the world. He changed the whole feel, how we feel music, from that rhythmic perspective. And everything always feels incredible, like that. That swing that we're doing now, that comes from Bird. And then he has this most incredible sound. To me, it's the most incredible sound on the saxophone, but the most incredible sound in music. So soulful, so deliberate, and so personal, and it feels like you are the only person in the room listening to him. It's like one of those people who makes you feel so special every time you hear him. So he was an incredible person, one of these most charismatic of people that we ever see, according to everybody who met him. So he went a long way to change everything about our musical perspective. So that was Cool Blues. We're going to go to a more incidental tune now of his. And this is based on actually a French folk song, but he turned it into a jazz song. And it's one of his favorite songs, like one of the favorite songs that people love to hear and love to listen to. And it comes out on an album called South of the Border. It's called My Little Suede Shoes. is the beauty of Charlie Parker, because he was always trying to reach out in whatever way he could. And so something as pretty and vibrant and rhythmic in every way, that was his thing. Whether he was playing solos, he would always inject beautiful riffs and incredible soulful ideas in the middle of some of the most profound musical statements we've ever heard in history of music. He could do that in any solo. He was so incredible the way he could do that sort of stuff. So we are totally indebted to him. I also want to mention today, and this comes to our next tune, but one of his bandmates and somebody who really mentored under him was the great trumpeter Kenny Dorham. And Kenny Dorham came into Charlie Parker's band after Miles Davis, and he was really a great foil for Charlie Parker. And it's his birthday today, so he had the birthday the day after Charlie Parker. And he is, I would have to say, one of the most unsung heroes in the history of jazz. He wrote some of the most beautiful compositions. His improvisations are profound. He played on so many great recordings, from Bird's recordings and recordings with Bud Powell to later recordings with people like Joe Henderson on the Blue Note label, and even later than that. His contribution to jazz, as any jazz musician knows, is of the elite end of everything we're dealing with. So a shout out goes out to Kenny Dorham on his birthday too, and we want to always make these people feel special because they're special to us in our lives. Bringing that to the next thing, we're going to actually play a popular tune from the 1930s. This was a composition that became known as kind of a mainstay of Charlie Parker's repertoire. It was a pop song written by another saxophone player named Ray Noble. And Ray Noble played it and wrote a tune. And it was relatively easy in the early parts of the tune, but you go to the section of the bridge and it goes through all these weird keys. So when people would record this album, they wouldn't usually have soloists playing in those weird keys because it was too hard and too awkward. Well, Charlie Parker took this tune and turned it inside out. He didn't just play it in the key that it was in. He could play it in all the keys. And not only did he do that, he changed it from like a foxtrot slow tempo to a burning tempo. We know it today as the tune called Cherokee, but there's a great recording of Kenny Dorham doing it in 1948 with Bud Powell, and it's called Serenade for Squares. So that's an interesting kind of name, if you think about that, for Cherokee, an Indian love song by Ray Noble. But Bird also turned it into a tune called Coco. We're not going to play Coco today, but we are going to play Cherokee for you. So we hope you enjoy Cherokee, and meet us at the end. Yeah. So that's Cherokee. We like to have some fun, stretch out a little bit. Or serenade for squares. That refers to people who clap on the beat, not on the 2 and the 4. So, because you kind of have to feel that tempo in 1 and 3, because it's so fast. And Bird played it much faster than we just played it, with ease. We're going to do something else, a bit more incidental. This shows the humor and good spirit of Bird. This is again from an album called South of the Border. We'll keep it short, but we hope you do enjoy this tune. It's called Tico Tico.
Ooh. Great.
You see, Bird knew that. He knew how to communicate and connect. The world just wasn't ready for him, and they're still not ready today. He was years and years and years ahead of his time. So we are very lucky to be privileged with his music and appreciate it. And everybody in this band knows the importance of the great Charlie Parker. Let me remind you who these great guys in the band though are. This is Modesto Brisend, playing the trumpet, and now he's connecting up the live power because we're about to run out of power because we had the camera running for so long, and we already know about that. Yeah. So Keith Saunders, we are privileged to have him in the Bay Area. Great piano player, New York piano player, Keith Saunders, and on the drums again. She's sequestered here because of COVID. One of the benefits of COVID is to have Sylvia Cuenca in the Bay Area, because she is hanging out with her parents and taking care of them and doing great things there. And we give a shout out to her parents. Good to see you. On the bass is the wonderful Jeff Saxton. He is the impetus for all of this, getting this together, providing us with the love and the place to play. And we have a great vibe down here. We have some food, some drinks, some beautiful people with us every week. As I say, we always have thousands of people waiting outside to come in. And we're very lucky like that. Anyway, that was Tico Tico. That's a very old song. That's from like 1903, I think. A Brazilian song. I can't pronounce the composer's name. I'm sorry about that. Too hard. We're going to go back to the soulful side of Bird. And this one is one that he recorded in 1948. It's a slow blues, and it's an improvised blues. And I think that's where he really changed the world, because if he had the world his way, he would have done a lot more improvisation than playing other people's songs, even playing his own compositions. A lot of his great recordings are totally improvised. Of course, he knew what he was doing. It wasn't just off the cuff. It was very worked out, and he had his things that he gave the rest of us. But this one is called Parker's Mood, and it's a blues, a Kansas City style blues. So we're going to play it for you, but this is our interpretation. As much as I love Bird's interpretation, I don't want to touch it. Parker's Mood, people. Go back and check it out. It's from 1948 with John Lewis on piano, and it's really one of the most soulful interpretations of the blues. And he showed us another way to do everything. Alright, we're going to play one more tune. We've actually played it in the past weeks, probably about 7 or 8 weeks ago. But I find it one of his great compositions, one of his prettiest compositions. Dizzy always said that his best composition was Confirmation, and we played that just a couple of weeks ago to introduce this. So we're not going to play that again. I love Confirmation too, but we're going to play one of his really pretty lyrical compositions. And he wrote this in 1946, and he actually wrote words to it in a jail cell while being detained. Check that out. That's, you know, that's a Black Lives Matter issue right there. And he wrote that. He wrote words to it, and Sarah Vaughan sang the words to that originally. It was called "What Price Love" in those days. We know it as Yardbird Suite. That's what we're going to play. Let me introduce these wonderful musicians for you again. Modesto Brisend on the trumpet, Keith Saunders on the piano, Sylvia Cuenca on the drums, Jeff Saxton on the double bass, yours truly Andrew Speight on the saxophone. Bird has dominated my life for most of my life, literally. Once I heard him, my whole life changed. And huge debt. Huge shout out again goes to one of the great legends and disciples of him. That's Charles McPherson. You need to check him out. Check his latest record out. It's serious, and it's all in the spirit of what we talk about. And that's why Bird lives. We always talk about Bird lives, and Bird lives here today with all these great musicians. So we're really happy to do this for you. This is called Yardbird Suite. His nickname was Yardbird. It came from the idea when he was driving down the road with Jay McShann's band, and they ran over a chicken, and he said, "Let me pick up that Yardbird," and he went back and he cooked it, but then he didn't cook it for the rest of the band. He ate the whole thing himself. So everyone called him Yardbird from that point on, and so that's the story behind the tune. It's actually based on another standard tune, like a lot of those tunes of the day. And that was a tune by Thomas Fats Waller, one of the great pianists in the history of jazz. And that's called Rosetta. So we hope you enjoy our interpretation of Yardbird Suite. Pass it around. It means so much to us. I even wore my bird shoes today. So that's a whole other story. Modesto Brisend on the trumpet, Keith Saunders on the piano, Sylvia Cuenca on the drums, Jeff Saxton on the bass, yours truly, Andrew Speight. We all love Bird. Bird lives for the rest of eternity. We are grateful. Thank you very much. We love you all. Share it around.